There is a book that helped people survive a country that officially claimed they were free. It never printed a single political slogan, no manifesto, no call to arms. It was a tourist guide. Hotels, gas stations, where to get a haircut. And the United States government loved it. Let's go off script. If you were a black family in America, getting in a car could cost you your life. Not in a war zone, on a Sunday, driving to see your grandmother.
Got ID?
A tank of gas, a bathroom, a glass of water in the Alabama heat. For half the country, these were never a problem. For the other half, they decided how far you could travel before dark. The Negro Motorist Green Book. Start with the part that rarely makes the history books. In 1936, a postal worker in Harlem named Victor Green started making a list. Every place in America where a black traveler could expect to be served, where the door would open instead of close. The subtitle, Vacations Without Aggravation. The blandest sentence ever written about survival. Here is what the Green Book actually looked like. 20 pages in the first edition, 25 cents. Hotels, restaurants, garages, beauty salons, barber shops, sorted by state, updated every year. By 1962, 2 million copies in circulation. A reference guide, genuinely dull to read. And that was precisely why it worked. To read the Green Book, you would think nothing was wrong with America at all. A warm welcome, excellent food, comfortable accommodations. The guide almost never described the danger directly. It didn't need to. In some towns, if your skin was the wrong color, you did not stop after dark. You did not ask for directions. You did not run out of gas. The Green Book knew where those places were. It simply described the alternatives. Victor Green called the book Facts the colored motorist can rely on. Nothing inflammatory, just information, and that neutrality mattered. It let the book circulate in plain sight without looking like a political threat. The white authorities relaxed. The Federal Tourism Office even encouraged it. Travel was good for the economy, and money doesn't ask who's holding it. A guide to surviving segregation, quietly approved by the country that built it. The book grew because the readers built it. A traveler found somewhere safe and sent the address in. Black postal workers who knew every neighborhood carried the names between cities. A whole population mapping its own safe country, house by house, letter by letter, year after year. Then, a man named James Jackson, the first black marketing specialist at Esso, made one simple argument to a room of white executives. These travelers have money. We have stations. Why are we letting them drive past? So Esso sold the Green Book at the pump and let black drivers buy franchises of their own. One of the first cracks in segregation did not come from a courtroom. It came from a company that did the math. But for most of its life, the Green Book was not a political symbol. It was a practical tool, a family trying to reach another city safely. That is all it was ever built to do. Then came Montgomery. December 1955. Rosa Parks refuses to surrender her seat on a segregated bus. A young, almost unknown pastor named Martin Luther King Jr. helps organize a boycott.
But I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land.
It lasts more than a year. Think about what that actually requires. Thousands of people still need to get to work every single morning. That means carpools, cars, drivers, mechanics, fuel, food, places to meet, places to rest, in a state openly hostile to them. And this is the important distinction. The civil rights movement did not invent those networks. It inherited them. By the mid-1950s, Black Americans had already spent decades building informal systems of safe travel, safe businesses, safe rooms, safe routes. The Green Book did not create that world, it documented it. No one needed to open the guide during Montgomery. They were already living inside the map it had drawn. The men in power were watching the speeches, the marches, the television cameras. They were not watching the gas stations. April 4th, 1968, Memphis, Tennessee. The Lorraine Motel, rooms 306 and 307. A place that had appeared in the Green Book for years. One of the many rooms Black travelers knew they could reach safely. Martin Luther King Jr. steps out onto the balcony. Years earlier, Victor Green had written that he hoped one day the guide would no longer be necessary, that one day anyone could travel anywhere in America without thinking twice about it. The Green Book stopped publication in 1967, a year before Memphis. 3 years after the law finally changed.
A turning point in history.
Victor Green got his wish. Almost. History rarely collapses all at once. Usually, it changes quietly, behind closed doors, inside private rooms, among people convinced nobody is watching. This was History of Script. If you want the stories behind the official version, you know where to find me.